Guys,
Hello.
it's next fest week.
Yeah, go and play Colouring Pixels. No, this video will be... Yeah, great. We're busy. It's going to be a busy week. We're doing lots of streams. We're doing extra long streams as well, because we usually see more people viewing the store page when we're streaming on the Steam store page.
Yeah.
So we're doing lots of long streams. I've got some bug fixing to do. I know that. You're going to do some Woo Loop stuff, aren't you, Lee?
Yep.
You've got 5 more levels to finish off this DLC, the State Lines.
State Lines?
And it isn't. I was googling it. There's only like 5 countries in the world that have states.
Oh.
Just so you know.
How fun will it?
That needs a fact check.
He's going to put an edit over your head soon.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we've got a DLC coming out at the end of the week, haven't we?
Pride.
So that should be fun.
Yeah. That's it, isn't it?
Okay, so today will be the start of the next fest streams. However, in between doing the stream when Lee takes over, I'm going to try to get as much work done on the dungeon level as I possibly can. As you can see here, I'm making pretty good progress with it since last week. I've done a few more rooms. As you can see here, this one's probably my favourite, the sort of acid lake with the sort of like Lord of the Rings-esque walkway going across the top. I really like this one. And it adds a bit of depth at the bottom as well. You can see the acid seeping out of the bottom. I've also worked on this sort of culty room here. So like a witch's brewery almost. I'm really happy with this one as well. Hope they play well, and hope obviously the amount of deal in them builds up the playtime a little bit, as each room is pretty small, so I'm a little worried about that, but hopefully with the extra detail it'll make up for it. As you can see here as well, I'm actually working on a new room which is going to sort of be the entrance to this sort of scary section here. So you can see here I've got this sort of acid walkway. I'm not sure what this middle room is going to be, but this is going to act as the entrance here. And I was sort of having a laugh with Lee here that I've unintentionally done the Minecraft grass block put on this little square here, and it looks almost identical, completely unintentional. But I'm going to work on the entrance here, and then we'll see what we can fit in this room here. I'm hoping I might add in like some form of like mine hole that goes to the bottom floor, maybe add some rooms down here, maybe like a little boss battle or something. We'll see how it goes, but I'm going to work on this room for now.
Yeah, so the phone ran out of power yesterday, which wasn't very good because it cut out my my update, and I don't think we'll be doing many updates in the next couple of days as well, because we've got this next fest streaming schedule. Basically, we're going to be doing lots of streaming this week, so we can't really be talking, like doing devlog updates and things like that while we're streaming, because we need to keep it quiet. But yeah, it's mainly going to be Jack, like starting out the streams, then Lee's going to do 2 hours. They're basically swapping out every 2 hours. It seemed to go really well today, so we've got Laura's old PC set up to be the streaming PC. We spent a lot of time getting that working and all set up, and it seemed to have gone really well. We had like 900 views or something like that. And that's across all day, so like people coming in and out all the time to say hello. It was really successful, so yeah. The guys have gone home. I think they're pretty much losing their voices. And then yeah, we'll just do the whole thing again tomorrow, and then fingers crossed we'll get some wish lists.
Okay, so considering I'm not streaming today, I thought I would try to get some more progress done on the dungeon world. As you can see here, I'm actually making quite a lot of progress. I'm getting far through it, much quicker than I thought I would. As you can see here, I actually finished off the sort of caved in mine entrance here, so you can see here I've added a lot more texture, and I've actually filled in this section here. So the idea was that the mine cart would also sort of break into the subterranean level here, so you can see here's a big hole in the middle of this level, and that sort of descends down to this lava section. I did sort of build in this little entrance here, so it looked like the mine did carry on, obviously before it got caved in. And this is actually Rob's level that he started the lava one. If I quickly get rid of these layers here, where is the crystal cave? So you can see here, I've finished off this lava section. I didn't actually have to add too much more to it. I did make the lava deeper and add a bit more texture, but apart from that, I think it looked pretty good as is. I did tweak up the walls a little bit as well, so it matched. As you can see, you get a little teaser, it does go further into the sort of dungeon. So if I get rid of all the layers here, we can sort of see what we're working with. Get rid of that one, 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 that one. Cool, so as you can see here now, I've actually started to make the entrance into the subterranean area. I thought it'd be pretty cool to add in a sort of like boss battle D&D sort of style section down here. So you can see here, I've got a sort of entrance here to the sort of boss battle room. As you can see, it continues on the other side with the door a bit further open, revealing some stairs down to this lower floor. And this is actually the second class room I need to do, so I'm going to actually put like a sort of character on here that you have to fight, sort of like a boss battle, and I'm going to build some pillars here. And after this room, I'm going to build a secret chest room, and that'll be the last room. But after that, I need to go around and add in some extra details to the old levels that Rob did. Let's have a look here. So I think on the stream we found out that this garden section may need a bit more texture, this might need a bit more texture, and obviously I need to finish off these 2 rooms here, but not too far to go. It didn't take as long as I thought it would, so hopefully I'll get this done fairly sharpish, maybe by later today or maybe even tomorrow.
So I haven't recorded much the past couple of days, just with us doing the next fest streams. It's sort of taking a lot of the time. But just to show off what we've been doing alongside the streams is I've been finishing up the Woloop State Lines DLC. And it's all done now. I've just finished the last couple of levels today. Last couple are a bit bigger, but it's because mostly a bunch of different islands. Like we've got Greece and Philippines there. Playtesting looks quite good. Some of these previous ones down here I've pushed without actually playtesting them. Only 1 or 2, I think, is Switzerland and San Francisco Bay. I didn't actually playtest those. And that's because Jack was streaming at the same time I was making the levels. I didn't want to risk pressing play because the next best stream was from my account and that would have affected the actual stream to Steam. So hopefully they're alright. We'll see once they've been playtested. All I have to do for this DLC now is for me to playtest Rob's levels and then him to test mine, and then that'll be the DLC ready to go. Alongside that, obviously it's the Pride DLC released this week as well, and as you see here, I've got the achievements all working as well. That's all ready to go. All that's left for this DLC is to actually do the announcements tomorrow in time for the DLC going live.
Okay, cool. So as I mentioned yesterday, I'm quite hard at work working on the sort of boss section of our dungeon world here. I've removed the top section as I showed it off yesterday to give you a bit of an easier view. As you can see here, I'm pretty much done now for pretty much all the levels in the dungeon world. All I need to do now is go through the old levels and sort of touch them up, make sure they're a bit more detailed, and that should be done, and hopefully it'll all be good. As you can see here, I've also added in the boss here. I made a bit of like a skeleton sort of boss. The reason it hasn't got any legs is because I drew the head quite big to fit in the detail, and then realised quite early on that I wasn't able to fit the body in. So it's sort of like a floating ghoul now. It looks pretty good. But if you take a little sneak peek under him, there's a drain pipe here, and you can see something going on under him. And that's going to actually be the secret treasure hoard room at the bottom here. And I'm really proud of this one. It didn't take too long to do, maybe about an hour or so, maybe about an hour and a half. Just getting in and filling in all the layers of gold, and I think it looks pretty good. But any D&D sort of keen-eyed viewers will probably notice that this is no normal chest. If you get a little glimpse at the back, it may look a little suspicious. So any D&D viewers, I'm sure, will enjoy that little reference there. But yeah, so as like I said, I'm going to go through the rest of the old levels now and just make sure they're all touched up with detail and they're ready to go for QA.
Yeah, okay, so not an awful lot I can show off here, but if you watch all of the devlogs, you'll know the past couple of weeks I've done a lot of complaining about the editor system that we've got for colouring voxels at the moment. It really hasn't been good. It's just been naff. So I've been working on that mainly. So we've got this system that you basically select a world, then that world holds all of the data. So here we've got selected dungeon, which is the 4th world. There are some bits of data that we want to change for the world itself, like the save name for the whole dungeon and stuff like that. We'll probably need to add a thing for the achievement for completing the world as well here. I'll have to write that one down actually, because I've forgotten to do that. But yeah, the individual levels, before you had to basically delete the entire level and then re-add it, and then all the settings to go with it. There was no way to edit the level. So now I've basically simplified this, so only some information is visible on the screen, and then you can click edit level. It'll load for a second because it's actually saving a bunch of data to the world editor script here, and then it's going into play mode, which will allow us to edit it. And that's just because we want to have sort of like a free mode camera here. And yeah, you get a few more options here. This is a bad example because I haven't imported stuff. I could quickly import stuff. Which level's this? Entrance. Yeah, so we just drag and drop that in there. Yeah, and there you go. That world is now imported. So one of the things that we wanted to do is add this sort of like color view with the actual counts as well, because before there was no way to know which colors had basically one voxel use here. So this one here, like, we probably want to replace that. We'll want to track this down and remove it, just because like the lower numbers do feel a bit naff. Something we learned from coloring pixels. And another thing, we added a level version stat here. So this probably isn't going to work, but if I drag another thing in, there we go. Yeah, okay, so I dragged in another level now, and you can see I can change the level version to version 1. So that means that if we make any level changes or anything like that, we can basically push in another version of the level and that way people's saves won't get broken if we have to make sizable changes. It's just something from Colouring Pixels that we needed, that we've needed for 7 years now. We can't fix any of the levels that would go live because it messes up with people's save files. But now, if someone completes the level on version 1 or version 0 of the level, then us pushing a change won't change that, because they can still load up the version 0 of their file, right? And then if they decide to play it again, it will load up with the most recent file. So that's the idea anyway. It's a bit jank at the moment, but yeah, fingers crossed this editor is going to come a long way in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, a few tasks today around the streaming. So spent this morning QA testing Rob's levels for the state lines. All me pushed forward so far. Still need to test the UK level, just based on the size. And then there's 2 levels to fix. This one was already pushed back by, I believe, Kai, one of our volunteers. So yeah, thank you for that, Kai. As well as that, there's 1 minor change for this level from address as well. So not much more to do for this pack, which is pretty good because we haven't even announced it yet. It's getting announced on Monday, so quite ahead of schedule on that. And that has opened up the ability for me to go into Hexseed as well. So put together the template for the world, put all the levels in. I'm just link them all up to the world. No levels have been made yet, but that'll be my first task on Monday. Getting some levels done so then I can start making a store page for that as well. And then the rest of the day has been taken up by streaming. So this page here. So these are we've been streaming over this week multiple times, as I mentioned. Just for the Steam Next Fest, we've sort of found it's a good way to get extra traction, extra people clicks to the store page. It makes you actually stream, and it's also a good way of viewing how many people have viewed the store page within that time. It's not accurate, obviously. People have streams turned off, but majority of people who come through will automatically get tracked as a viewer for the stream. I think you see this was Tuesdays, then we got Wednesdays, and then today's. Today's is much smaller in terms of unique viewers. That's because the stream, as you can see, was like half the size or half the length. So yeah, definitely worth doing. It was very fun, good interacting with everyone as well. But yeah, that's all done now, and that'll be available to watch as VODs on the channel here as well.
Lovely.
Hello.
Take 2. It's Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. We've got the Pride DLC for Colouring Pixels coming out tonight, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. As well as that, we have the Voodoo DLC coming out in a couple of weeks' time. There should be a giveaway live in the Discord, so check that out as well if you want a chance to win the DLC for free. And as always, check out Colouring Voxels. We're doing lots of Colouring Voxels this week for Next Fest. Store page still live. Wishlist that if you can, and that will really help us out quite a lot.
Yeah, thank you to everyone who's been tuning into the streams. We've had quite a few people. It's been really nice. Thanks to all the patrons as well. They'll hopefully be getting the Medieval World released because they get access to the game early, right? So they'll be getting Medieval and hopefully the Dungeon DLCs soonish, soon TM. Yeah, thanks for everyone for watching. It's really hot in here.
It is very hot.
It's very hot. I don't like it.
Bye.